give people a voice to express what matters to them and to build businesses that create opportunity, giving people control of their money is important too, and a simple, secure, and stable way to transfer money is empowering. Over the long term, if this means that more people transact on our platforms, that'll be good for our business. But even if it doesn't, I still think this could help people everywhere. Before we move forward, there are important risks that need to be addressed. There are questions about financial stability, fighting terrorism, and more, and I'm here today to discuss those risks and how we plan to address them. But I also hope that we get a chance to talk about the risks of not innovating. Because while we debate these issues, the rest of the world isn't waiting. China is moving quickly to launch a similar idea in the coming months. Libra is going to be backed mostly by dollars, and I believe that it will extend America's financial leadership around the world, as well as our democratic values and oversight. But if America doesn't innovate, our financial leadership is not guaranteed. I actually don't know if Libra is going to work, but I believe that it's important to try new things, and as long as you're doing so responsibly. That's what has made America successful, and it's why our tech industry has led the world. So we co-wrote a white paper to put this idea out into the world and to start a conversation with regulators and experts and governance, and today's hearing is an important part of that process. What we're discussing today is too important for any single company to undertake on its own. And that's why we helped to found the Libra Association. It's a coalition of 21 companies and nonprofits that are working to give everyone access to financial tools. But even though the Libra Association is independent and we don't control it, I want to be clear. Facebook will not be a part of launching the Libra payment system anywhere in the world, even outside the US, until the US regulators approve. Last time I testified before Congress, I talked about taking a broader view of our responsibility, and that includes making sure our services are used for good and preventing harm, and I want to discuss that across other aspects of our work today as well. People shouldn't be discriminated against on any of our services. We have policies in place to prevent hate speech and remove harmful content, but discrimination can also show up in how ads are targeted and shown too. As part of a settlement with civil rights groups, we've banned advertisers from using age, gender, or zip codes to target housing, employment, or credit opportunities, and we've limited interest-based targeting for these ads too. This is part of our commitment to support civil rights and prevent discrimination. I also know that we need more diverse perspectives in our company. Diversity leads to better decisions and better services for our community. We've made diversity a priority in hiring, and we've also made a commitment that within 5 years, more than 50% of our workforce will be women, people of color, and other underrepresented groups. We've made some progress here. There are more people of color, women in technical and business roles, and underrepresented people in leadership at Facebook now. But I know that we still have a long way to go. Chairwoman Waters, Ranking Member McHenry, and members of the committee, this has been a challenging few years for Facebook. I recognize that we play an important role in society and have unique responsibilities because of that. And I feel blessed to be in a position where we can make a difference in people's lives. And for as long as I'm here, I'm committed to using our position to push for big ideas that I believe can help empower people. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to answering your questions.
Thank you very much. I now recognize myself for 5 minutes for questions.
So we have been listening there to Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg appearing before a US House committee, this time defending the upcoming launch of Facebook's digital currency. Our correspondent Shihab Ratansi is joining us live from Washington, D.C. I believe he was also listening in to Zuckerberg, talking about everything from America's democratic values to civil rights and preventing discrimination in his defense of Facebook's digital currency, Shihab.
That's his pitch. Look, trust us. I realize that time and time again, I've disappointed you. Facebook has been fined, it's been sued, it's been found to be discriminatory with our social media apps. But this time it will be different. All we're trying to do is have an altruistic financial service. We're just trying to create one. 1 billion people around the world don't have bank accounts. What if they did have access to financial services? Surely everyone will win if they can just transfer money as easy as it is to send a text message. So that's one part of his message. The other part is, and that's a bit more of the jingoistic message, which actually did already seem to be appealing to the ranking member, the ranking Republican member of this committee, which is, if we don't do it, China will. This is about US leadership, financial leadership, technological leadership, even though actually Libra will be based in Geneva in Switzerland. He didn't mention that bit. But anyway, but these are the two planks of his argument here. The problem is, as he even accepted there, it's Facebook. Time and again, they are found, despite the pronouncements, to be exploiting the data they're getting from our social media accounts. And now they want to create a private, global, digital currency, which is decentralized. How is that going to be regulated? What's going to happen to all that information? What happens when you have that information and all of our social media information? Facebook and Zuckerberg is going to say today, look, well, there's going to be strict boundaries between the two, but there's this issue of trust. Secondly, financial stability. The global financial system is pretty unstable as it is. We're in a boom and bust cycle, every few years. And that's how capitalism works, partly because of capital flows of currency going around the world. Now you want another digital currency, which a third of the world's population may have access to through Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. And you want all this money sloshing around. Well, what's that going to do to all the other currencies? Couldn't speculation start? Couldn't speculation against national currencies begin? That's another question. Regulation in a decentralized currency. I mean, who's in charge of this, though, as well? So these are some of the issues he has to face: financial instability, privacy, the currency being used for nefarious ends with no oversight. We expect those to come up. But given this is Facebook too, we also expect other issues that have dogged Facebook to come up too. It's going to be a long hearing. There's 60 people on this committee. Each has about 5 minutes to ask questions, so it's going to be a long day for everyone.
Shihab, thank you very much for that for now. That's Shihab Ratansi live in Washington, D.C. Thank you.